podcast for the preview of the spring 2012 season. We have the commissioner, Mr. Wentworth, here, looking like the commissioner.
Very dapper, very dapper.
It's power. Respect.
Mr. Matt Wellbrock there on the other end. Introduce yourself, Matt.
I'm Matt Wellbrock, seasoned veteran, pitcher for Rumspringa, and Bar Buzz champion on my own accord.
Multiple times.
I'm Nathaniel Johnson, sometimes referred to by my choice of leg wear, Jorts. I have 2 Bar Buzz titles to my name.
There it is.
I slept naked with the belt twice.
That's pretty much why I had to replace it. So.
It got better every time.
I don't think we've ever watched that belt.
So basically, I'm too lazy to type something every week, and Brent was wise enough to propose this fantastic idea of these 3 upstanding gentlemen getting together and talk about pickleball.
I am a visionary.
We do this for the people, so any feedback is appreciated, comments, concerns. We're actually talking about a name for the podcast. If you guys have a name out there, please put it on the WAKA page. We'll actually decide who is the winner of that, and there'll be a free pitcher of beer on the line. So if you are watching about 5 minutes of this and you realize that you got a creative name, please suggest it, and hopefully we can get you a little intoxicated come Wednesday.
Sounds good. All right, so let's we'll go ahead and Nathaniel, you had a good idea about kind of going through the teams and just talking about each one, what we know about them. Obviously, it's a new season, so we're not going to know who's on every team, and we're not going to recognize every name. So as we go throughout the year, it's going to kind of be cool to see new people emerge and kind of see who stands out. But, so for right now, we can just talk out of our ass about the people we do know, and maybe come to some coherent opinions. So I guess we could start out. I printed out all the teams that we have this year. We have 16 strong teams competing for the prestigious Wentworth Trophy. So we'll just go alphabetically. All right. So let's talk about the 5 o'clockers.
Man, 5 o'clockers. I will tell you, 5 o'clockers. This is a team that I always want to beat. Never been able to beat this team in my career in WAKA. I mean, they show up to play. Last season, second place in the WAKA Peninsula. Just had a tremendous season. I've been talking to some sources though, and this is what I bring up again. Going on reputation. 5 o'clockers. I don't know if they're going to be bringing back that full squad. I've heard reports that they've lost a couple of members. So the power rankings has them at least in the top 4. But you really got to look at the new players coming aboard and what they've lost, and really see how they're going to do League 1 coming out.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I've had the opposite experience as you, because pretty much my entire career, all I've done is beat 5 o'clockers. Pretty regularly. I'm pretty sure I'm like something like 25-2 against them.
So we need to take some tips from you guys on how
I might be exaggerating a little bit, actually. I'm not going to give a shit for that. Whatever.
I don't have a long history of beating anyone, so.
Except for your dick.
Oh, yeah.
Well, 5 o'clockers, it looks like they, as of right now, registration's still open with the password, so they may add a few more people, but they have lost a couple players. I know off the top of my head, their catcher, Adam Flowers, hasn't signed up. He's been one of the original 5 o'clockers since the beginning, and I heard he might be thinking about retiring. So he had a huge season for him last year. So they'll definitely miss him, but other than that, I think Jason Kidd is moving over to JFK. He played with them in the winter, so they'll miss him on offense, I'm sure. But when you look at the Clockers, they made a couple of pickups too. They got Justin Shaw, the little leprechaun.
Little Justin.
He's a speedy dude, so he'll give them some offensive ability. So I think he'll actually might be offensively an upgrade over Jason Kidd. And then they also picked up Courtney Eford's brother, Gene. He played last spring with New Kicks on the Block. And pretty much the only season that New Kicks on the Block was kind of competitive. I think they went 500 that year.
Yeah.
And he was a and he's a big reason why he was pitching and charging for them. He's a college kid. He plays basketball at one of the small schools in Carolina.
North Carolina, yeah.
He's real good. So I think they've added a couple pieces. They still got Daniel Reyes pitching. They still got Randy Devlin catching or charging. Jeff Pauley's still out there.
Josh in the outfield.
Yeah, Josh Waldrop. So they're going to be fine. I think they're going to be actually, they're definitely a contender for the championship.
Absolutely.
So,
Matt, your take?
They've been doing it for a long time. They've been doing it well, so you always got to give an inside edge to those teams that really been around for a while. They've been consistently good.
yeah, they're actually the most tenured team in the league. This will be their 9th season that they're playing, which is awesome.
That's crazy.
They came in the season after I came in, and they've just been kicking ass. And this by the end of the season, actually, as long as there's no like rainouts and stuff like that, they'll play their 100th game on May 23rd.
Which is tremendous, because we've seen before, teams starting out and then going their separate ways and breaking down and disbanding. So for a team like the 5 o'clockers to have that much consistency on the field, you really got to applaud them for it. The coaches, Jeff and Brittany, just keeping that team together. So,
Next up, we've got the Battle Star, once again led by Mr. Andy Tapley. We've acquired the new color of orange this year. So they'll be going back to their 3rd season. Also a team that some pieces of their team played during the winter season.
Yeah, they had I know they had some people on Whiskey Richard with you, Peter.
yeah, had Peter on there, had Allison, if she's on Battlestar now. So yeah, 2 guys that have kept it in shape, knocking off the rust and everything. Another team that I love to talk smack against. You talk about the power polls last year. They finished roughly around 8, I want to say. Close to the bottom part of the top 10, and Rumspringa was having some problems trying to get back into the top 10. And a little grudge was formed, and I know at the meet and greet, we wanted to get a nice little game going, Rumspringa versus Battlestar, which didn't come into fruition this season. So hopefully playoffs.
Why does everyone want to play Rumspringa?
I don't know,
I get
man.
more complaints from teams who we don't have Rumspringa on our schedule.
To tell you the truth, I don't know what it is. We got a couple of smack talkers on the team, but I think we're just a fun team to play. A little competitive, but back to Battlestar. Battlestar now. This is a good team on the rise. When you take a look at the standings, you kind of have 3 groups. You have the top 4 teams. Then you got kind of like this middle group, and then you got kind of I call it the social group down there, just looking to have a good time. Not really any threats as far as the win column is concerned. But I put Battlestar right in that second column. If they can catch fire, work together, they can definitely shake out a couple of wins, get to 500 at least with that squad that they got there.
I think they can do better than that. I think they got a lot of talent. They picked up one of the big additions. So they already had some athletic guys like Michael Mackey and Brandon Silver, Philip Tanner. So they got some athletes on the team who could really kick the shit out of the ball. But now they're adding in. They picked up former Lickett and Emperor's Club captain George Kyrgios is joining the team. So I think he's going to help along with Andy to kind of give him his experience playing the game and knowing what to do in certain situations is going to help them out a lot as far as just strategically. And that's got to be good for a couple of wins this season. They're already a team last year in a very competitive season. They finished 4-5-2, so I think they have the ability to at least get up to 6 or 7.